to the Triple Clowns. It's our weekly show. You see a lot of people here. This is exciting. It's me, the OG Randall Johnson, alongside the beautiful Sarah Marie. This is big news. You'll see AJ making an appearance back from the Triple Clowns and also doing a couple other things. We'll talk about that. And his partner in crime that just got done doing their live show, Tom and Tom Racing.
Howdy.
We also have an Away They Joe. And of course, our other clown is Shu. Shu Eats Turf. Always a pleasure, everybody out there. We had a good time last week. We're going to have a good time this week. We're just going to do some news and talk some European horses coming over and turf this week. So it'll be a good time. Everybody good? Everybody? You guys just got done doing that show. What is that show you guys do? Like, was it Off the Trail? Something like that? I don't know.
Well, both you and Sarah, you want to crash it all the time. You think you know the name.
Yeah, I just like to disrupt things. Off the Rail. Got done doing the live show. We're filming now afterwards, but they do the Off the Rail show. We have a lot of fun things coming up. And Joe, obviously, and is it And Away They Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to say it right.
And Away They Joe.
And yeah.
That's good.
It's better than what he did for my show, Joe. So that's so he likes you.
Well, what did he do for your show?
Exactly.
He botched my name. He botched our name.
His name. But that's okay. So I like Joe's show. So all right, let's get into it. So Sarah, we're good with the news here. Well, before that, anything out there? Everybody have a good weekend? Everybody have fun? Everybody win any money? What's up?
Shu, what'd you do this weekend?
Won on the Titans, baby.
The Colts, who I said would roll. Ponies, not so much. It was a busy weekend. We had the breast cancer walk in town on Sunday, so that was nice. Got away a little bit. I don't know if my name's on the header there, but legal and HR reached out to me and made sure I said I am not the father. So I know Rachel was on a previous segment. I just want to clear the air. There's a lot of questions on Twitter. HR said, come out. Just make sure you tell everybody Shu is not the father.
That's awesome.
We appreciate that.
She made that very clear at the top of our show. So you're good.
Yes. Yes, she did.
Did she really? Is that true? Because I believe that.
This is great. This is great.
First things first. Congratulations. Yes, I want to clear the air. It is not Shu's baby. I repeat, this has nothing to do with.
Yes, that's right. We were the first media she did after. So yeah, we had to clarify that.
Yeah, me and Tom broke that news, so it's all good.
Good. All right, well, we got reassurance
we got
now.
That cleared. Shu still has a job, so we're good now.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time HR's talked to him, I'm sure. And by the way, when he did his breast cancer awareness, he totally went to the walk and been like, I read this wrong.
Not what you were expecting.
Hey, Peter, they're doing the breast exams. Channel 9.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Welcome to the Triple Clowns Weekly Show. And yes, and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll keep that in mind. So anybody out there, keep aware of breast cancer and do what you can. Good for you, Shu, for doing the walk. All right, let's get into it. This is big news. Let's go.
All right, I'll go through some news real quick. We got Maxfield, who's skipping the Classic and headed for the Clark Stake on November 26th at Churchill.
Everybody ducking. Let's go. Go ahead, Shu. Say it already. I know you're weighing.
Smart move. I mean, he's got no shot. We knew that horse was outclassed. We talked about it last time. Every time he faces the big horses, he lets people down. So I think it's a smart move. He's had success at Churchill. Go to the Clark. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Medina Spirit will chicken shit out and go with him to the Clark.
You have made that call. What do you guys think about that?
I think I agree. I agree with Shu. I mean, Nick Sco, East Coast is the best coast. I think these little horses are running away, and Nick Sco is gonna. We talked about this before, Randy. Nick Sco is you underrate that horse, and it's gonna win for fun.
I know. Well, listen, you guys get all over me about that. I said, listen, I'm still questioning the 1.25 miles.
Yeah,
that's it. Sorry, but let's go on. What do you guys think about that, AJ? I know. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's a 2-horse race, and Nick Sco's second best.
To Max player?
Central Quality. I mean,
I know.
I mean, I've been on the show. We've talked about it before. 2-horse race, EQ, Nick Sco, Central Quality's best.
All right, Joe, anything on it?
Well, Nick Sco is going to retire after The Breeders'
We're getting
Cup,
into
so I
that,
guess
Joe. Don't
it's-
jump on the news, man. Come on, bro.
Skipping over it.
He's looking forward to a
Spoiler
long
alert.
stud career.
Oh, he's gonna have a good stud career. Hey, I mean, kind of like I said last week on our show about Nick Sco, maybe it was time he just wanted to get laid. So, with that being said, Nick Sco is going to stand at TaylorMade.
We had a conversation about this. Shoot, remember we were hoping
The
he'd
golf
come back to
manufacturer?
5-year-old, and it looks like he's not gonna.
Not gonna.
What'd you
Not
say?
what?
Golf
Jason?
balls.
The golf manufacturer,
Yeah,
TaylorMade.
yeah. He's gonna be testing out clubs and
Yeah.
and balls there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to find a hobby when you retire.
Hey,
Exactly.
better than Taylor Pork Roll.
Yeah, listen, yeah. And Max Flair is going to go to like Rawlings. Max Field, I mean, is going to go to like Rawlings. Spalding
God.
Executive.
Spalding, yeah.
Oh no.
Just don't say Elmer's.
Oh, Jesus, Shoe. Can't say
Wow.
that.
All right, HR is going to be calling me again.
Here we go. God damn, we need to.
They got you on speed dial. At
This
this
is why
Yeah,
we
they
don't go
do.
live with this
Yeah.
show. This is why.
Still got
But I
that
do want to
Linda
talk
Rice
about
juice.
one of AJ's favorite horses we're going to have to hear about is coming back to try out the turf sprint again. And that is Extravagant Kid, who took fourth in this race last year, is aimed for the turf sprint for the Breeders' Cup.
Took fourth in the one last year, and this is the one that Vic Stauffer was very angry about AJ picking this horse. And to this day, still gets on AJ about it. So
Hasn't
shout
let
out
it
there
go.
to Vic right now. If we do a soundbite to Vic, we can do this one. Extravagant Kid, baby. AJ going with the Extravagant Kid this year?
I mean, how many times do I have to tell you this? This is such an underrated horse, especially by Vic. Clearly, keeps coming back stronger, man.
Ah, I know. The final piece of Breeders' Cup news I wanted to talk about was, in case anybody hasn't seen it out on Twitter and news media, Bob Baffert is going to be allowed to race, with the exception of his horses are going to require extra testing pre and post race.
For the Breeders' Cup, that's a big move.
Just him?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
seems a bit. What about Peter Miller? What about like a lot of them?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it seems so weird because it's like they did not disqualify Medina Spirit still.
Not yet.
And now you tell me that
Bingo.
he is the only one who asked to have this like pre and post testing. And I get it from from a media standpoint, I'm sure they're all over it and they love it and whatever. And most horse players, I would imagine, would agree. But if you did not disqualify Medina Spirit, you're basically saying he did nothing wrong. And now you want to test him more than any other trainer that's coming to the Breeders' Cup.
Well, and the biggest piece of conflict that has been shaking up Twitter has been, as part of the Breeders' Cup board, a lot of those people have horses with Bob
connection.
Baffert. But they've been vocal about that from before this kind of the board went into a hearing about will they allow him to run.
The whole
so
thing
do you
seems
think
like a
this
cop
is-
out for them people, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you think it's like, well, we're going to test him more, so you can't say shit, right? I mean, is that what it is? Like you're almost trying to clear his name by making him get tested more. Like if you want to accuse me of doing drugs every
That's
week,
true.
I'll do a drug test every Monday, even though I don't have to. Like, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Shoot, I don't know if you can talk about this with a legal team. Are you okay with talking about this, or do you need to remain
Meet
quiet?
with HR first.
This is the whole problem with the scenario here is that let's just play a hypothetical. Bob, runs and the horse tests positive for something, right? Now you have a lot of friends on that board. You have a lot of owners in the past, owners presently, a lot of relationships. They're letting Bob run, right? They're saying, hey, Bob, we're going to stand by you. We're going to let you run. If his horse, God forbid, came up positive with something post-race, it's almost like there's so much more incentive for them to push it under the rug, because if it comes back that he tested positive and wins, they look 100 times worse for letting them run. So it really creates an interesting dynamic here. I mean, if Bob ever tested positive, would we ever really know? Because they would look so effing bad. Think about the bettors, everybody. You let him run and he tests positive. They would look so so ridiculously bad that honestly, I think Bob's going to juice the fuck out of his horses. And if he comes back positive, no one will ever know because they will push that under the rug because they would look so bad if that came out.
Well, then we're in the exact same spot we were in the Derby, where at the same time, if he tests positive, guess who's the best? Who wins and who loses as far as gamblers are concerned does not change.
Well, there's two.
No, and he's gonna look like a king because to what Shu said, yeah, he's gonna juice the hell out of everything, and he's gonna pass, and he's gonna say, oh well, I got tested for X, Y, and Z, and I still ran the field and I passed everything, so I am better than everybody else.
But when you say juice horses too, it's not like he's ever come up positive with like clenbuterol test or like testosterone, like the actual performance enhancers. It's always these little things. It's always these little things that have a gray area as far as the horse racing commission and anything is concerned. It's not like it's ever been like Navarro bad or
right. No, fair enough.
But at the same time, it's illegal for a reason. And I've defended him in the past because of the certain medications that have been used. And is it really increasing the percentage? Probably not. But at the same time, we're talking about the Breeders' Cup. Like, it has to be clean. You cannot come back positive. If any trace of anything comes back, it's got to be done. It's got to be. This is almost like his last chance.
So, but here's the thing. So we're talking about two, like a psychoanalysis of a person at this point, what we're saying. So you guys are on the thing of being like, he doesn't give a shit because he knows it's going to get swept under the rug. But in my mind,
I'm not there.
No, in my mind, I will never give a drug to a horse at this point because I'm under a microscope. So it's like.
But he also claims that prior to, and it was his vet, not him.
Yeah, I mean, so we're saying, well, some people are saying, you guys are saying, this is like an ego thing where it's like, yeah, that's right, I got you. Now I own it because I know you're still going to run, so I'll do it. But you think a lot of people think, which, first thing that crossed my mind was, the last thing in the world I'm going to do is get these horses drugs because I'm under a microscope. But yeah, so Shu, what are you going to say?
It's the Breeders' Cup. Think about it. It's the Breeders' Cup. You know how much money is on the line that weekend for breeders? We just talked about it. It's Nick's Go's last run. You think if Nick's Go tested positive for something, that they would never release that information. You know how much money is on the line of breeding that horse? Authentic last year, and I know it's sensitive on here. I get it. You know how much money was on the line for Authentic to win that Breeders' Cup Classic? I will go to my grave knowing that Bob gave Authentic superior treatment than Maximum Security for the Breeders' Cup Classic. You can guarantee it. Max was moping around that paddock like he didn't even want to be there that day. There was no incentive for Max to run off the field, the track. Authentic, all the money, all the incentives, the breeding rights. It's the Breeders' Cup. There's so much money on the line. These horses could come back testing positive for heroin. We would never fucking know. The fact that
we're not going to run faster on heroin.
It would be such a black eye on the sport too. I mean, it would practically ruin the sport if it came out.
Yeah.
When's the last horse in a Breeders' Cup that's positive? Find that out. Somebody out there on Twitter land.
Well, and also too,
test positive.
And also too with Baffert, especially, like if this was anywhere else, I'd be a little bit more confident in it. But normally I don't like to go this direction. But the fact of the matter is, we are in California, and I would imagine the California Horse Racing Commission is going to be in charge of whatever drug test comes down on this. And we've seen the way they treated the Justify situation. So here we are now, with all this at stake, and I don't think you're wrong. If something came down, they will do their best to sweep that under the rug, like they did with Justify. I mean, we've been here before.
No, it's good. Makes sense.
Has the Breeders' Cup winner ever tested positive? Ever?
And somebody's, even runners. You don't even hear of a runner. Like, I mean, but
never. You will never. There's so much.
Somebody has. Somebody's been on something. That's a good point. Yeah. So everybody out there in comments, let us know because maybe 2 years ago we don't know about it. But Let us know. And another question for everybody out there, it's kind of like this. What would Tom Brady have to do the night before the Super Bowl to actually go to jail?
Touche.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people? One person?
Kind of happened once. It kind of happened once before a Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
HR's calling again.
Yeah, goddamn HR.
I can't
was
leave
just
you
gonna
alone.
say.
Speed dial.
Damn it.
Joe, anything
Oh.
on this?
Oh
You
yeah,
didn't
I
say
was just
anything.
gonna say real quick. Breeders' Cup is its own entity, so if the California Horse Racing Board does do something about it, they might not say anything. I don't know, but it seems like all the other states are already like saying, "Oh, me too," and all that stuff. So we'll see.
The new
He's already done it in all the other states. He's already done it in Arkansas and Kentucky and Maryland. So.
Right, but it's its own entity. But again, it's run in Southern California. It's run in California, so the only commission that can govern them is going to be the California Horse Racing Commission. Doesn't matter what entity is running there, because you could. I mean, it doesn't matter. They have to make the actual.
I don't know if that's true, AJ. I don't.
I would.
their own thing.
You can't bypass state laws just because you're running a certain event there. You can't. It's going to be them who ends up making that. I mean, now the decision whether or not to sweep it under the rug is a different story. But it's a gaming commission thing. You can't go gamble in California and have it governed by Nevada. I mean that's exactly what we're looking at.
Okay,
I get it; it's its own
gaming
entity.
makes sense.
You can't
Gaming is
have the UFC fight in California and not expect the California Gaming Commission to come down on you or fight or that governing body to control it. I mean, that's what it is.
The Breeders' Cup is not like an Indian reservation, is what you're saying.
Exactly. No.
They are
100%.
untouchable.
No, that's 100%
They are
what I'm saying.
untouchable.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sheets write any check they want to make that stuff disappear.
Well, I'm saying exactly. It's going to be up to the actual Breeders' Cup whether or not this information gets public. But the California Horse Racing Commission, if someone tests positive, the first person they're going to tell is going to be the Breeders' Cup Commission, and that's going to be, their decision on where they go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real quick, Joe, you are European overseas, not even just European, just across the pond in general, all the ponds. Guy, is this a problem over there?
It's not as big a problem as it is here. I mean, you'll see like one Australian trainer had cobalt in one of their horses. So you guys know him, Peter Moody. So yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a problem, but they don't run on Lasix. They're very, very strict about certain drugs over in that part of where it's all over here is a little bit different. So
Yeah,
you don't hear it that much.
I think Bree told me that in Australia, if you bleed like twice, you can't even you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done. You can never run. Like that's it. I don't think you can breathe. I don't think anything. You're done. Which they're stricter, I guess. But then again, one of the trainers was hanging out naked. Sarah put a picture of that. Did you see that? He was.
There's things you can't unsee, and Joe sends me those things.
Oh no.
Well, that's a lifestyle thing down there. So
This
true.
guy should not have been naked in his shower, alone.
There are two guys
Oh,
though.
man.
It wasn't just one.
Oh, even better.
There's two dudes taking their bucket hats off of themselves, and
Oh geez.
so that was.
Look like an episode of Off the Rails.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
every Tuesday at 7 Eastern.
Thank you for the
There's your
plug. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm done here. Thank you.
I was like, why do we do this?
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's recap some races. We did the Fleet Pick 4 for Keeneland on Saturday's card. We'll recap those 4 races. There was only really one graded stakes race that happened this weekend, which was the Queen's Cup. But we'll start with race 7, where Big City Mama won over Street Easy and Berate.
5 lengths off the front duo as they turn for home. Berate has the lead. Big City Mama swings wide off the far turn. Street Missy between that pair. South Georgia is 4th, still 4 lengths away. Big City Mama rolls up on the outside with Street Missy to engage. Street Missy between horses. Big City Mama outside. Berate backs up to 3rd. Down to the line. Big City Mama gets there by a head.
What did you guys think about that race?
I think the 2 that you guys singled ran still running, possibly. That horse ran really, really well.
Terrible horse.
Well, I think something happened. I don't know. Do you guys remember that race? Shoe Tom, that first race? The two, I forgot who it was a big favorite.
Sovereign something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I listened to your guys' show, and I actually unfortunately like that too as well. I think AJ and Sarah and Dennis liked it, or a couple people like that.
No, Sarah didn't even play it.
Mino Aubrey singled it.
Big City Mama.
El Hombre was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
both
kind
had
of
one,
didn't like that.
but yeah. So that was I mean, that was a weird race because the 2 to 5 shot ran awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an odd day. We'll go to race 8, which was the grade 1 Queen's Cup, where Shanty Sarah won over technical analysis and burning ambition.
Outside, Queen Goddess, and then flip into the center of the course. Technical analysis with Shantu Sara now taking the lead, moving by the 8th pole. Burning Ambition third, Nicest running late toward 4th, toward the inside, but Shantu Sara is moving on for the finish. A widening 4-length lead to technical analysis in second. Down to the wire, Shantu Sara, Flavian Pratt to win the Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup presented by Dixie.
What do you guys think about that?
Pretty much exactly how I had it, I think.
I know the horse is good. Once again, not the favorite, but an Irish horse, I believe, right?
I should have played that horse because it had Sarah.
I picked the wrong Irish horse on that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I had it.
The late scratch killed that race.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, speed. There's a speed too, late Spragash, wasn't it?
But the 7 horse who was speed and actually gave that horse a shot with Emma Jane Wilson. The mom, the dam, ran in that same race, I think 10 years ago. And the horse was pretty talented. So to late scratch that horse really kind of took any pace out of the race. And
it did. But that 3 horse looked like no one's going to beat it that day.
Yeah.
The horse exploded.
And that horse proved that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go on to race 9, where Ducal won over Winter
Ducali.
Ducali over Winterpool and Malibu Star.
Top of the short stretch, Ducali, King's Mischief 1-2, Malibu Star behind them, Trash Talk and Yankee to their outside, King's Mischief right alongside of Ducali, Trash Talk and Yankee, Winterpool, Malibu Star back toward the inside, Ducali has the lead, Winterpool runs down the outside, but the wire is coming, Ducali's in front, Winterpool to second, Ducali, Winterpool, Ducali wins it, Winterpool across the line.
I think this race was no surprise to anyone but AJ.
But AJ, who didn't even play this horse.
I played the other two. And I said, hey, I went single the first race. I had to play against somebody. I played against him.
This horse is a monster. And Shu, you probably watch enough of it. Early speed just wins there.
Early speed, it's tough.
Yeah, and that was the speed, and obviously could run the distance. So
yeah, easy. And then the final race, which was race 10, Social Chatter won over Ghosting Kim and Southern Mama.
Side of Chili Patine, Southern Mama diving toward the inside. Southern Mama finds an opening there to come after Chili Patine. Signify is third up on the outside. Final furlong. Southern Mama, Chili Patine going at it. Signify is still third. Southern Mama, Chili Patine 1-2. Social Chatter's going to run late. It is Southern Mama with the lead. Social Chatter is running late from the outside. Ghosting Kim is coming late as well. Down to the line. Social Chatter, maybe. If not,
I had Ghosting Kim big.
That was tough.
And I like Southern Mama.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not have a good weekend.
That duel in this stretch was tough.
Sarah took the one, and I made a $6 ticket trying to be cute, and I was alive with 2 horses in the last leg, which is paying over like $500 on my $6 ticket. And I just tried to be cute, which I just Sarah had the one, and she just took one of her horses or 2 of them, and spent the extra. But I saved $6.
There you go.
Hey.
I also the one was my top pick.
A few $100. That's all right. That's cute. Good job.
Yeah, but Social Chatter looked good. That was a nice stretch duel there.
That was a really nice.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. But that was the
classic.
We recapped.
I had that 1 and the 3, the Ghosting Kim as well. That was.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that horse.
Yeah.
But okay, so anybody saw this weekend? We'll start with Shu. Shu, anything jump out at you on the horse tracks or anything like that?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, Keeneland was typical Keeneland. Nothing too exciting. The only thing that we're starting to see, and I know last year going into the Breeders' Cup, I was really high on the Euros, and I thought the Euros would come here and dominate, and they did. We're starting to see in the last month of racing around the country and in Canada, the Euros have taken a step back here. Now, part of that could be, hey, they're not ramping up until the Breeders' Cup race. Some of these races are just preps. They're not cranking them up until next month. But I got to say, and I'm a huge Euro turf guy. Nobody likes pedigree. Nobody likes tattersale horses more than me. Between the Del Mar turf and the last month and a half of the Euro performances, I think the Americans might actually fare pretty well the Breeders' Cup weekend.
All right, we're going to get into that a little bit in a second, which I'm sure Joe has something to say there. Not knowing which way he's going to go there, but he's got his finger on that pulse. That's a bold statement, though. The only thing, this weekend was just this weekend. Nothing jumped out at me. I do for an update for all my Vertical Threat fans. I did get to see my boy, the jerk he is, and he is running on Breeders' Cup Day.
That's right. Yeah,
but Kentucky.
In Kentucky.
Wrong time zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody wants to hear about him, but he is going to a sprint in Kentucky at Churchill, $300,000 sprint race. Doesn't like big, heavy tracks, so he goes to Churchill. I don't get it.
Go figure.
Maltus says that, and then he goes to Churchill. He can get the Lasix at Churchill. No, it's a stakes race. He can't, right?
Nope.
He can't get the 5. The mill. Can he get 5, or is that Oaklawn?
I think it's
They can
Oaklawn.
still do 5.5.
I think that's Oaklawn.
I don't know, but anyway, that's all I know about this weekend. I did see a lot of our horses.
Decent at. I always like racing up there at Woodbine. Had some nice. What was that Sunday? That was Sunday that had the big races up there. It's always. I always like that track. Do pretty well up there.
Yeah.
We got a big Maryland Million this weekend, so be posting a whole bunch of pictures from there. So that'll be fun.
That's a good one. And for AJ out there,
this year?
your boy Lane Way, what do you think about this? What do you think about aiming him like this, AJ? Turf, Dubai, sprint, $1 million.
I don't like shipping them.
Huh?
I don't like shipping them.
No? Why? Why don't you like shipping Lane Way?
Well, because, so you come out, you run a 106 and whatever, and you're going to take that one, like if
He's not going right now. It's like 5
Well, I'm
months
saying,
from now.
like, that's what I'm, but okay, are we going to see him again before then?
Yes. He's
Okay,
gonna go
well,
some-
that's what I mean. I want to see him run one more time and prove to me that was not like a fluke before
Right.
we ship him overseas instead
He
of.
might have to go on the dirt though, because Del Mar doesn't do sticks on the turf.
Well, how did Maximum Security did pretty damn well over there? I mean, he shipped pretty well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but didn't we know what maximum security was?
yeah, he's not.
But more than what we know what Laneway was. Laneway ran the one time and ran he's run more than one time, but ran out of his mind one time. If he can do that twice, then I'm like, dude, put him anywhere in the world. I'm fine with that.
He might go to dirt, but it is weird. But bringing that up, isn't that weird, guys? And Shu, you're a turf guy. How bullshit is the turf courses where like Del Mar doesn't have like 6 furlong turf races?
Yeah, same thing at Monmouth. I mean, Monmouth only has the 5 or 5.5. I mean, it stinks, but what are you going to do? I mean, it certainly helps certain horses and other tracks. The 7.5 at Gulfstream favors certain horses. But, the sprint to me is 5 furlongs. I mean, you talk about turf sprinting, it's 5 furlongs. I like the 6. I like the 6.5. I like the Woodbine. I like the 7.5 at Gulfstream. But a true turf sprinter is 5 furlongs.
Well, that's why it's at the Breeders' Cup is 5. So that makes sense. But it's, you're right. And I think a dirt sprint is 6. It's not 7. It's not
Right.
6. It's
Right.
6. I mean, no, I do agree with that. But I do think it's weird with turf races, and shame they all don't have downhills because, Shu, how much do you like the downhill?
Love the downhill. Love it. Downhill's it reminds you of the Euro. I mean, the Euro courses, the undulation and all that. So the downhill is kind of cool. So I love the downhill course.
Yeah.
And downhill's fun. Oh, but that's all I knew from this week. That's all I took from this weekend. That's what I learned this weekend.
All right. Well, let's get into some international racing.
So Joe from Away They Joe and Away They Joe
Yeah, still don't say it
show So Shu made a comment earlier, Joe, saying the Americans, like, what do you think about this? You watch American horse racing, and obviously you're our expert on international horse racing, which is 99% turf. Tell us about these horses that are coming over. And well, first, what do you think about that? Do you think this is a weak crop, or the Americans are better, or what? Are we going to be not sure?
Yeah, I think it's a weak crop only because they're not sending some of the best ones that have already won the win in your in races over here. There's one that just won that was it was a 3-year-old that defeated all the other older horses, destroyed them. Like horses, his name is Baid, destroyed like Palace Pierce, Snowfall, all these big name horses that you probably have seen on Twitter that showed up. Yeah, he's not coming over. Love's not coming over, a filly that was, with like Stradivarius and all those horses as well. She's not coming. So I think it's going to be America's time this year's Breeders' Cup, because it doesn't. Del Mar's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know if you remember 2017 where all these long shots were winning. So I think it's not going to be a European or a Japan this year. It's going to be America's going to take over. I definitely agree with Shu there.
Is that a COVID thing, or is it just what's the reasoning behind it?
Well, some have Godolphin. They ship, it's going to be cheaper for them because they already have a connection here. Some are going to have to pay to ship them over here and ship them back. They're not sending Dan and Pharaoh over here because they didn't, or Cafe Pharaoh, I should say, because of the money. They'd rather just win in Japan. They'd rather just take the money over there than trying to pay the money, get the prestige, winning a Breeders' Cup, and then coming home. So that's why a lot of them don't want to come. But most of them want to come because of the money. The purses over in the UK aren't that good because they're all fixed odds, all that stuff. So they don't get any kind of revenue. It's all from the bookmakers, and they're not gonna share anything. So that's pretty much what it is. I mean, a lot of these they want the Breeders' Cup. They want the G1 in front of them. But they can easily win it in Europe, but they want to try to see if they could win it in just to get the money as well.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Think about that.
Yeah. Okay, so Joe, you have I'm sorry, Tom, did you have a question for Joe?
No. So no sleeping O'Brien horses this year. No sleepers from 80 and O'Brien or anybody like that, Joe?
Actually, there's one. There's not Aiden O'Brien, but Godolphin owns them. Charlie Appleby's horse, Space Blues. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Ran in Maidan this year, and guess who beat him? Extravagant Kid. They're probably going to run into each other this year again. But the problem was Space Blues. The trainer comments after the race was he doesn't like the straight races. He wants the turns. So here in Del Mar, it's going to be a quick turn into the straight. So they have like a really, really long straight. So they're just going to keep waiting. So they're going to have to push the button early. And I think that will actually benefit Space Blues more than it would Extravagant Kid. He destroyed him in the Maidan turf. You saw it. I mean, he was just flying.
Destroyed everybody. But
yeah. So Space Blues in the last, I like seeing horses that win in other countries too. So this one's one in France. It's one in the UK, and then Maidan. They're going to try to go for America. This is actually going to be his last race. They want it to be his swan song. They want it to be, I want a Breeders' Cup before I retire. A lot of them want that. So yeah, I think that one, the Breeders' Cup turf, Space Blues. You got two good 2-year-olds in Dubawi Legend who won the first time out and then got second and third in a grade 1 and a grade 2 over there. They want to make a statement. The only problem was that they're running in, usually they have a bigger course. Del Mar is a sort of tight course. So if he gets the lead, especially against Modern Games, who's the other 2-year-old in the juvenile, it's going to be like Dubai Legend's going to be here, and then you're going to see him go like one's going to either just stay there or the other one's going to pass.
For everybody listening on the podcast, he's doing karate chops, I think.
Yes, he is.
Throat chops. Just so you know, I can describe that to everybody.
I'm looking up some of Space Blues PPs. I'm falling in love with this horse, Joe.
Yeah,
Looking
see,
pretty.
I mean, Extravagant Kid's pretty good though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, he's okay.
No.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's not too bad.
Okay, so Joe, I know, an interesting thing. I know this, but I want you to tell these guys. And also, you have a hot, cool angle on the South African horse, correct? That's coming over, and explain this and what the horse is. I believe. Am
so
I
there's
right?
a horse that sorry.
No, I was wondering if I was like, did I just get this wrong? South African horse. Go ahead.
Yeah, South Africa. There's one named Queen Supreme that won the Cartier Stakes back in January. So in order for a South African horse to ship out, it takes about 3 months because they have to go into a different country to quarantine, and they got to do all this stuff, and they got to quarantine again, and blah, blah, blah. So I talked to the breeder, Jahan Milhurbe. He was a former race caller, and now I'm sure you guys know the horse, Mutahid, who actually, he was a part of that connection. So they want to come and basically put South Africa on the map and win the Breeders' Cup. I mean, they saw with South Korea like a couple years ago with Blue Chipper, who got third in the dirt mile. I forget who won that race. It was Mike Smith's ride. I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, they're taking all the steps. They want to be up there as far as America, because some of these South African horses, they go to Hong Kong and they're just bad. Like you see them, they'll run in grade 2s and grade 1s in Hong Kong or in South Africa. Once they go to Hong Kong and try to face them, no, they're not any good. So yeah, they want to try Queen Supreme. She's a router. She'll probably run in the filly and mare. So she's one where if she's beaten all the best fillies except for one, which was Queen's Ransom something. It was like Ransom
Queen's
something.
Ransom.
But no, I forget
Isn't
the
that
name.
one? Yeah, I've seen that one out there before.
Sounds like a male.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
King's Ransom?
you remember. It's like something Ransom. But anyway, she was winning. She was undefeated, and she was the only one that's got second to her out of all the other ones. So coming off of that form line and probably going into the Breeders' Cup, the connections are saying they want to win. They're not going to try to, they ran in some prep races over in the UK just to get her ready for America, which I kind of don't understand. I'd rather she come here and get more familiar with the turf. So they're still in a crossroads of that they really want to do it because they had to stop in the UK. So, but if I'm sure if you see that horse pop up in the filly and mare, I would keep an eye on her definitely.
All right. Well, that's good. Shu, are you a punter? What was saying? I
It's a
don't.
punter, yeah.
Which I always thought was funny.
You kick a ball.
No,
You bet international.
for the brand, baby.
I like to see the patterns the Euros bring over. I like to see who's pointing towards the Breeders' Cup when they ship over. The big problem about Del Mar is the turf course. I mean, it's a putting green. I mean, it's such a different turf course than what these horses are going over in Ireland, in France, in Ascot. I almost would lean towards horses that have done well in Dubai because that Dubai turf course may correlate a little better to the firm turf we will see most likely if the weather stays, beautiful at Del Mar. So, I mean, it's like last year at Kentucky, it was a wet, it had moisture in it. The Lexington, the Keeneland turf usually favors the Euro runners. And I was all over, glass slippers and Tarnawa and Audarius. I mean, we cleaned up, but Del Mar turf, tighter turns. It really takes a unique Euro to come over here and like that really, really firm going. So I like to see, hey, if there's a horse that's been over there that you've seen good form on a really firm turf course, and it looks like the trainer's been pointing towards this race, it's worth a shot. Otherwise, I think the Americans are going to have a big advantage.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's funny you say that because you said putting green, which I used to say horses in California run on the fairway, horses in Europe run in the rough. Yeah. And that's basically like the easiest way to think about it. Like that's what it looks like. One's running in the rough, one's like running the fairway. But okay, so that being said, Joe, real quick, is there a turf course over there that translates to a Del Mar, is there a certain track that we should look for that's a, shorter grass, hard turf?
No, I mean most of the conditions when you're racing over in the UK is like it's muggy. It's they have so many different course layouts. It's kind of crazy because we have the benefit of the better weather over here. So of course they're going to run mostly on firm, or they get to go to dirt. Where if the meeting or if the race if it's raining, they're not going to race them in that turf. So you'll never get to see if their track form is going to be any good on the mud, because I don't think if it rained at Del Mar, which I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen, and if they get rained out, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
But over here, I can't think of one that's actually really close to it. They're all unique because they all have this different. They're not a circle. Some of them are just like weird shapes.
How would you correlate like the Dubai turf courses?
Dubai is it probably would be like Hong Kong, because Hong Kong has the same kind of, the weather is kind of the same over there.
To the
Doesn't get too
American,
hot,
anywhere
though.
in America, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, in America. What is one that's equal to?
What in Thailand? That's good to
Yeah,
say.
what's one in Brazil? No, that's okay. I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't. Usually they just come to like Belmont or something.
Okay, so
Right.
Dubai's turf course, would you say, is it comparable to Churchill or something?
Dubai, yeah, it would be like Keeneland.
Keeneland?
Maybe Gulfstream, but Gulfstream's kind of like hard. That's like concrete.
Well, it's chewed up now because it's run all year long. You can't even. That's not even turf anymore.
Yeah.
So you're saying like basically, so Hong Kong, Dubai is like more of an American track. Well, that makes sense. I mean, they have different weather. Yeah.
Well, their dirt racing is all weather, so they'll still run it in the slop over there anyway. So, but you don't see those horses come over here too often.
Yeah.
Like they run in the slop on the turf. That scares me.
No, I mean on the dirt. They have dirt.
Oh,
dirt,
Jesus!
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like-
It'd be different if we were running the Breeders' Cup at Monmouth, like what we have behind you back at 07.
Yeah.
That
was just
that's
was a failed experiment. No offense, Joe. I know that's your course, but November in New Jersey is not the nicest time of the year.
Hey, now. It's beautiful right now. It's beautiful. We got one.
Yeah, it can be.
It's
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
not bad.
I was golfing this morning. It was gorgeous.
I heard it was nice out there. Now,
Gorgeous.
but yeah, it's a crapshoot. You could get like snow that day.
It's a bit of a gamble. What kind of weather you're gonna get?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You're golfing on Tuesday. It's snowing on Friday.
Yeah,
exactly.
it could happen.
Yeah.
But okay, so all right. Any other questions? We're talking European horse and anything for Joe. We're talking turf.
I have one more, and there's this big named horse in Japan named Love's Only You that won in Hong Kong. That's traveling to try to win a Breeders' Cup. They think Japan's bringing like 7 over, and that's the main one that stands out of all of them. And the last race that she was in, I don't know if you see her right there, Sadashi, got second to Sadashi. So she's going to try. She's like a 5-year-old mare. So
Didn't Sadashi just get beat really bad?
she got destroyed. She just didn't have it. Yeah.
That's
I want to see
disappointing.
that
Horse. Who doesn't want to see that horse? It's like an albino horse. Have you seen that? Shu, have you seen this horse?
Yeah.
Like,
It's incredible. I mean, she's very talented. But last race, yeah, not so good. But
Got some Sunday silence in the lineage. Love it.
Joe, now that there's talk that Mistress might be coming over, what are your thoughts on him?
He'll win. You see how he handled everything. Everywhere he goes,
could he go to the Classic? Is he going to go to the Classic?
I hope he does. But I mean, he's won on turf. He's won on dirt. I think they're going to.
Uh-oh. Are we going Bishop beats Nick's go? He's proven he could. I mean, you've already
didn't he?
You already beat him bad.
He won in Dubai over that race.
He did beat him bad.
This horse is proven to win on any distance, any surface. And he did have a win in year for the Classic. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to aim him for.
Ooh. No, Shu, you're still going with it.
You don't want none of Nick's go here. You don't want
Not again?
Good.
You want to try
He
to
doesn't
feed him
even
again?
remember Nick's go because he
Not
didn't.
on Nick's goes turn. Not those tight turns at Del Mar short stretch. Forget it. That horse is never catching Nick's go.
Maryland bred.
Whoa. Oh, Nick's go? Well, there you go. That's the last Maryland bred that won a classic. Somebody will tell us.
TikTok, yeah. Let us know in the comments below. Oh, good. I'm excited that they've announced that there's potential because I know after he won that race, they were kind of wavered, and then later in that week they said, "No, we're not going to aim for the classic. We'll keep him over here." And it came out today, so I was like, "Ooh, that could change things."
Yeah, it all depends on if he decides to run in Japan, because Japan like is the same month they're going to have the big race too, the Japan World Cup. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So anything else? Anyone other ones we got to look for, Joe?
I would watch this weekend, actually, if we're not talking about Breeders' Cup anymore. The Cox Plate's a big race in Australia, so I'm sure Sarah's going to be into playing that. It is a stacked field this year, so I would suggest looking it up and trying. You might find a long shot. I'm pretty sure that the favorite's not going to be like 2-1. I think it's going to be like 4-1 or something like that. So
Nice.
it's going to be a good betting rate.
Well, there you go. And shoot. I'm surprised you don't stay up late and bet Australia.
I watched the Cox Plate last year. Didn't like a 99-1 shot win it? Wasn't there a huge bomb last year?
That's that movie with the girl. So it's
Right, like a
99 to
girl.
1, was it?
That was 100 to 1.
Real quick.
Like, that was a
Maryland
Melbourne.
bred to win the Breeders' Cup Classic. Everyone should know this, actually.
Alidar.
Safely kept.
1995.
Oh,
1995.
who won it that year?
Ghost Zapper? No, that was 2000s. What the fuck am I
Yeah,
saying?
that was
Few years old.
Tom, I'm a little disappointed. Cigar.
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 Oh,
All right.
Oh, he's a. Oh.
Well, I'm surprised Shoe didn't get Cigar. I mean, that should be his favorite.
Favorite horse of all
horse.
time. Well, yeah,
Sure.
so we have the Cox Plate coming up. Actually, really, November is a big month for international racing. We have the Melbourne Cup coming up. Like you said,
That's
there's
true.
big races in Japan. Isn't there a big day in Hong Kong?
December, the beginning
No,
of
that's
December,
December.
the Hong Kong International.
Coming up.
Yeah,
It's coming up.
Love
I'm
it.
wondering which American's gonna represent over there, because last couple, I think it was like Victor was over there one year. Victor Espinosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the distance?
Yeah. The distance, they have like a jockeys challenge. So they all race at Happy Valley. So whoever wins, they get some points, and then they win the trophy. They win for their country or whatever. I don't think Victor represented us well that year.
Damn it, Victor.
No.
I can see that.
No.
I did. Didn't Johnny B go over a couple years ago? I remember that.
They need
Yeah,
to send Paco Lopez. That's who they need.
Paco.
To send.
Paco.
Yeah, Hong Kong
Paco to the who?
will get the Paco sandwich.
Oh.
Ride his own brother into the rail.
Paco, baby.
All right, well, if you're still listening out there, let's go around the horn real quick. We'll start with AJ. AJ, what's going on with you? Where can they block you or whatever they do?
Yeah. So if you want to fade my picks, which everyone seems to want to do, and smart, and again, that's a valuable resource. Obviously, me and Tom just did Off the Rails. We'll be on again next Tuesday as well. And Thursday we're doing our pick show. Friday we do the Show Us Some TD show where we do the college picks all weekend long. Saturday we'll be live streaming some college football game. I don't know which one yet. I think Michigan and Northwestern starting at 11 o'clock Central Time. And there's even talks of in a couple weeks doing a Monday night preview show as well. So
All right.
there you go.
Cool. So check that out. All right. And you can follow him at Troy McLean, right?
WWE at
McLean WWE.
Yeah, Troy McLean,
Yeah.
WWE. And all right, sure. What's going on with you? What's going on?
Oh, I don't know where I'm going to be.
She was a nomad, man. You just
He's
fucking
lying.
one day at a time.
Keelan, Fair Hill, Breeders' Cup, all over the place.
I'll be dealing with legal with Rachel and going after Baffert, doing our nonsense. No, I think, by the way, Far Hills was insanely. So I forgot to mention
That looked awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
out of control. It was like Derby level 20-year-old, 30-year-olds just partying, tailgating. I mean, it was unbelievable. If horse racing could capture like just 5% of what was there that day, I mean, it would be unbelievable. But we had a really good time. Yeah, really cool experience. If anybody has a chance to do it in the next coming years, do it. It's a lot of fun. And then, I don't know. We'll be maybe going to Keeneland this weekend. Maybe. We'll see. I have a work dinner Thursday night in Philly. Maybe just take the car and head out to Lexington. We'll see. And other than that, just getting ready for Breeders' Cup weekend. We got a lot of exciting things coming. We'll be up on the shows here with Degen Nation and Triple Clown. So, yeah, I'll be around.
Cool. All right, Tom.
As AJ mispronounced our show, it's called Off the Rail, Numbnut. It's every Tuesday at 7. We had Rachel this past week, and then we have Don Stevens coming on next week. We focus in on the smaller tracks, and I'm gonna go down to Maryland Million on Saturday. Watch getting back to some Maryland bred horse. So that'll be meeting up with a bunch of folks from Twitter down there, and yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff as Randy and Sarah know on Degen channel, working on some stuff behind the scenes. Can't wait to put it out there.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. Joe, tell everybody out there, now that you gave us your insight, if people want to follow you that watch international racing, how do they get and watch your stuff?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at @AndAwayTheyJoe. I don't think I'm going to have a show this week. Maybe a Cox Plate preview, but I haven't really been settled on that. But definitely a Melbourne Cup and also Breeders' Cup. There's actually tonight, if you go on my Twitter, I'm on Shireen's show, who is a punter over in Hong Kong, and we have our picks for the triple trio bet over there. So you go ahead and check that out on my Twitter page. So yeah, I mean nothing really big.
Cho?
Who? What?
Is that her name? Shireen Cho?
No, I know her name is Shireen.
Isn't that what her name is? I've seen her on your show multiple times.
Yeah. Shireen, she has it's called Beer Garden.
God, just close.
Close
I like
enough.
her. She's good.
So we're all the same.
Oh, Jesus.
I knew what he was talking about.
You can say that.
Joe said that.
Joe. As he turns the lights off on himself.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
All of a sudden, like, nope, can't show my face on this.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
He's just
say that.
cracking up. He's just cracking up.
Joe, yeah, AJ apparently being incredibly racist.
No, I follow her. I like her. She's good.
Yeah, she's real good.
And we'll go out the door with Dave Chappelle. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. I pray for the cancel culture with AJ. And
Me too.
I vote for it.
Please, for the love of God.
It's us, obviously, that we're the Triple Clowns at Degen Nation. We are doing something really fun. If you're still listening right now, we are going to come out with a Hollywood Squares type game. We're going to do a Degen Squares, which is going to be a lot of fun coming up. That'll be cool. And we're doing a lot of other things. So stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of things going on, and Degen's going to really.
Randy, is JJ Bullock going to be there?
I don't know if we can't. I don't know what else he's doing.
It all depends on how good AJ's acting skills is going to be, because I pick him as Jim J. Bullock.
Yeah.
Shadow
Exactly.
Stevens? No.
No. Dick Clark won't be there either.
Oh.
Or Whoopi
Dang it.
Goldberg.
Dang it.
But no, it'll be a lot of fun. So we're doing that. We're doing a lot of things coming up. So for everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun. And our special guest today, Joe from the Joe show. And so follow him, do everything. We're all out there. See you later, guys.